Like if I load up my bank balance and it's $87 million, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. It makes me feel the opposite.
Right,
because then the one day you click on the app, sorry, contact customer service. You're like, you fucking, like, that's it. They'll just do that shit to you. So it's like, I don't like money in my banks. I don't like money in a house. It's hard. I know it's hard.
You're only insured up to the first £86,000.
So
if you
another reaction, if you've seen the title on the title, this blinking on and off, blinking something off. I don't know whether it's on or off now. See problem I have. To be present, I don't know whether it's on or off. Okay, let's just get to subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, okay. I can't stop laughing at that. Oh, okay.
No, I think the thing is, Andrew, you are a straight talker, right? And that's one of the things I think so many people love about you. You say it absolutely as it is. And my fear is, if you say, real estate's dangerous, this is dangerous, people will not know what to do, and they'll end up doing nothing, leaving their money in the bank.
That's true.
Help us out.
Okay, that's true.
Help us out.
When I say
okay, now thumbnail time, right? You have to pay homage to the thumbnail gods. Thumbnail. You know the thumbnail, the small whatever. Right?
Now, firstly, you can make money with real estate. You can make money with real estate. I'm not saying it's dangerous from that perspective. I'm talking about my own personal ideology. Yeah. My personal ideology is I don't want to be within control of a government. I don't want a government to control me. If I didn't think that way, then I'd be a lot less opposed to real estate. I mean, a house is always going to be worth something. It ain't going to go to zero. You know, it's not like a risk like a crypto or a stock that can go to zero. A house will always be worth something, and you can definitely make a lot of money in it. I'm just at the position where I just don't want to have a government to have control over me. And this recent war proved it. Look at all these billionaire Russians who fair and square bought property in London by the law, paid their price, paid the stamp duty.
Man, the Russian oligarch stuff is crazy. I think they went after people that are not even oligarch, that are just wealthy in Russia, that have properties around the world. They paid for it. The UK government has benefited from the taxes, paid for it. The houses were not stolen, were not, like, regardless, you took it's same thing with countries that are corrupt in Africa. The African leaders and whatnot, they buy these properties from the government in UK, Dubai, US, Washington, LA, California, and Shanghai, Hong Kong, different countries. They buy these properties with ill-gotten gains. These governments do nothing. They keep quiet. But when something like a war starts, like the Ukraine-Russia crisis, they go around claiming seizing the properties that, whoa, they are trying to stop in financing the houses that were bought that the government have already benefited from. UK government, why didn't you ban them from buying all these houses then? Like the Chelsea scenario, biggest example. The UK government have been benefiting from, the UK have benefited from Chelsea. What Abramovich has spent on Chelsea, poured into Chelsea, they kept quiet. They did nothing. But once the war started, whoa, Abramovich is a Putin supporter. Despite the fact that this is one of the most reasonable, well-thought-out businessmen in the world, Abramovich is a Putin supporter, blah, blah, blah. Let's seize the property, let's do this, let's do that. Well, okay. Well done, kudos. They say the same colonial mentality. That's practically it. There's no difference in it. You benefit from the ill-gotten gains. Yes, okay, maybe it's the citizens from those countries that are stealing and benefiting, but you benefit from the ill-gotten gains. When it comes time to pay the piper, everybody, hands off. It's not us. We're not responsible. We're just going to do this. We're just going to seize the properties. Okay, all these things they are seizing from the Russian, are they going to return back to the Russian people? All these things that supposedly that was stolen from Russia illegally, they are used to buy properties illegally from Russia, whatever. Are they going to be returned to the Russian people? Will they benefit back from it? Or will the UK government and the four Western governments benefit from this thing, the yachts, the jets, the houses that they seized? Are they not even just pocket the money? What are they giving the money back to? Man, just make you around.
Stuck to the rules, then the president of their country did something they may not have even agreed with it.
Yeah. Who says no to Putin? Even the Western governments was very finding hard to say no to him. They are not talking about citizens in no country who have a lot to lose. You want to, like, see, Bravery only happens when you have zero to lose. Most times, that's it.
Do you agree with everything the Prime Minister does now?
No.
Neither do I. And then the British government came along and just took all their houses off them.
Here's my stance. If you have gold, silver, anything, especially money in the bank, it can, if you go down the extreme levels enough, it can get taken.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Nothing on this earth is freehold. Everything is leasehold.
To a degree, there are certain things which can't be taken.
Like, you won't give us one example though, so it's hard to...
Sorry, I don't want to rant, but I have an example of this. There's this dollar deficiency. I don't know if it's deficiency or dollar scarcity going on in many African countries, even countries in Asia and whatnot. So let's say you have, they call domiciliary account or something, you have a dollar account in your bank and so what, and you now want to withdraw the same dollar you deposited into the bank, and you go to the bank and you want to withdraw a certain amount, they'll tell you no, they don't have it for now. That's a very, very scary incident, right? The money you deposited in the bank, you go to tell you, oh, it's not available now. Is it reminding you of something? Let me help you at Sri Lanka. That's what happened in Sri Lanka. That people couldn't withdraw the money that they had in the bank. They go to the bank to tell them that, whoa, you can only withdraw a certain amount. When they go back, they tell them, oh yeah, no, the money is not available now. You should come back. But your money is there. Yeah, your money is there. Meanwhile, the bank presidents, the MDs, the executives are flying with private jets, enjoying, chilling, living their best life with your money, the money that is not there. Why can't they are the CEOs and the executives of the bank. Why can't they make the sacrifices to make sure that, okay, yeah, no private jet, no this, but let them make sure that, how do banks even make money? So that's one of the weirdest scenarios. Well, they've been making money since the Medici family, right? The Medici family were bankers. Even though the Medici family, that was old Florence, like Leonardo da Vinci time, old Florence, the Renaissance era, something like that.
Are some things that can't be taken.
Okay, but I think that property is one of the hardest things for anybody to take. You can make I make a lot of money in property without owning it as well.
Yeah.
By controlling it.
Absolutely.
And also being a property entrepreneur.
I can't say you don't make money in real estate. And I'm also not saying I don't own any.
You do own property.
Of course I do. But I'm just saying that I don't feel comfortable. I don't go, bought another house. Yes, we sleep easy. Some guys do. But I think when you truly understand...
you know what I'm doing right now? Flipping land and all that kind of stuff. Like, a few years ago, many people said to me, oh, real estate's risky. I've made millions in real estate.
I bet you have.
It's all I know.
I bet you have.
And through controlling it, flipping it, trading it, owning it.
Completely.
And my properties a lot are in my personal name. I've got a lot in company as well now.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a pretty safe position. Now, if it gets so bad that they take away everybody's property and the world has ended and there's this massive plague and everybody's dead, you know what? I lived a pretty good life.
No, completely. And I understand a lot of people will see me as paranoid, and that's fine. But I know you can make a whole bunch of money, but the last thing I'm currently in a situation where I don't need money. So I'm just trying to position myself in a way that I sleep the best as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't feel happy with money in the bank either. I don't.
That's the worst.
Now that's a very, very sweet position to be in, right? Like wait, the position like someone can drop money in front of you that you don't need the money, like, that's no longer like one of your basic wants. Because that was like everybody's basic wants from the onset to make money. So that was a very, very sweet. People that say money can't buy happiness. There's this article I saw in Forbes, one of these big magazines that actually they did a calculation, they start analysis and whatnot. They found out, money can buy you happiness. So why are the people that say money can't buy happiness? The wealthy people. Crazy. Yeah, subscribe. Weird life we have.
Not because of even inflation. Like if I load up my bank balance and it's $87 million, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. It makes me feel the opposite.
Right.
Because then the one day you click on the app, sorry, contact customer service. And you're like, you fucking, like, that's it. They'll just do that shit to you. So it's like, I don't like money in my banks. I don't like money in a house. It's hard. I know it's hard.
You're only insured up to the first £86,000.
Whoa.
So if you
Did everybody just hear that? Banks only insure your money to the first £86,000. So if you have like $500,000 or something and the bank goes kapoof or kapoosh or folds up or something, I don't know, your money is gone like that. So what's the difference between that and all these crypto scams and whatnot? That if the crypto goes down or whatever, closes overnight or what they call it, is it deep? I don't know what they call it, just disappears, your money is going. It's not the same thing. What would $80,000 do for someone worth millions of dollars, have lost the millions of dollars? Oh, are you not starting? Is there a way to insure your money in the bank to the exact amount? Please don't tell me. Is there a way to insure your money in the bank to the exact amount you have in the bank? You understand? If you have $5 million, is there a way to insure your money of that $5 million? Make sure if anything happens to the bank, you still retain your $5 million from the insurance company or whatever.
And then the bank goes bust, gone.
I'll give away one of the things I like to do. Just one. So personally, I prefer the idea of digital real estate, because digital real estate is not controlled by one government jurisdiction, and it can be owned by some obscure entity. So let me give you an example. Let's say I were to buy www.money.com. That's worth money. If I could put anything on there and generate money, so that's worth money. I'd pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
And let's say that was owned by a Singaporean trust.
Singapore, beautiful country.
Boom.
Never been.
I feel safer with that.
Okay.
Than a house.
Okay. No, that's interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because now if anyone wants to find out who owns money.com, even though I've just said it here on this podcast, they're like, look it up, some Singaporean trust. Okay, contact the Singapore authorities. Who owns this trust? We can't tell you. Court injunction. Years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
It's complicated, and I feel like I own it more than a house.
See, it's interesting, and my attitude is you've got to invest in what you know.
Yeah.
If you've made a lot of money, you should invest in what you know.
Oh, completely.
I don't invest in certain stuff if I don't understand it.
Completely.
And even if people tell me this is a great investment, this is a great coin, I'm thinking, I'm all good, thanks. Because I want to invest in what I understand. And if you understand digital assets, I mean, for me personally, I think owning a website or a link for me would feel more risky, because I can just see any minute, bang, can't open it. I'd rather own land where even if there's a war and the house gets knocked down, I've still got the land. There's a shortage of land.
I understand.
You know,
I understand. And there's so many ways to skin a cat. And that's what's so beautiful about making money, right? And I completely understand that.
I don't know. I want to talk about something so irrelevant. That you just say so many ways to skin a cat. Like, is there really? Oh, you skin a cat. Like, if I use the pig, a goat or something. Like, the people eat, oh, you skin a cat. I know it's the funniest topic I'm bringing up, but a cat. Oh, I just pictured that Egyptian cat with like no hair. That skin, pale skin, Egyptian cat, mummy looking cat. I don't know where to give you reference from, but you should know what cat I'm talking about, like, right? The cat looks like all skin, like mummy looking kind of zombie cat.
Yeah. My block is ideological. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I know that a lot of money can be made. However, let me give a caveat to that.
Oh, here we go.
I do think that most of the ways money is made on the planet, nearly all of them, are Ponzi schemes. I think stocks are a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, that's funny.
And when I say Ponzi, I mean that if you're in early, you make a bunch of money.
And if it's a kind of fraud.
Money doesn't come from the thin air. Money doesn't come from the sky. So let's look at crypto, right? A lot of people ask me about crypto. Hey, what do you think about this coin? What do you think about this coin? Most people don't understand that the crypto market is player versus player. And it's funny because these new crypto coins launch and they start these Telegram groups, these communities. And all the people who have bought the coin are in this community and they're all like acting like they're friends. You're not friends.
Yeah.
If you bought it at $1 and you want to sell it at a profit of $10, someone has to buy it off you.
Yeah.
So it's not, it doesn't just come from the sky. You're selling it for more than you bought it for, right? So a bunch of people get in, money comes in, price goes up and up and up and up and up and up. There's always going to be a guy who bought the top.
Yeah.
And it never goes up anymore.
Yeah.
And he gets screwed. There's X amount of people at the top who get wrecked so the people at the bottom can make money.
Yeah.
It's a Ponzi. Every crypto is a Ponzi, all of them. I could go get $100 million right now, go to England, walk around, and make a bunch of money in real estate. Because I got liquid cash. It ain't that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I've got all the time in the world. Might take me 9 years. That'll go up.
Yeah.
That'll go up. That'll go up. I could do it. But there's also Bob and Sally working their ass off, 22-year mortgage, 10% interest rate. When we own our home, Sally, then we'll be okay.
Don't get me wrong. I think that property is something that can be bad. I think that buying your own home, I think that the Help to Buy scheme is a scam. because I'm a developer.
Okay.
So I build houses.
Yeah.
And the Help to Buy scheme is not Help to Buy, it's Help to Sell.
Yeah.
Because basically the people that are getting bought into the Help to Buy, the government are loaning them the money, they have to pay it back.
Yeah.
It's only applicable to a new build.
Yeah.
It's only applicable if you live in it.
Yeah.
So it's really to encourage the developers
to buy,
to build and flog off their stock at an expensive price.
Yeah.
And then the people that are buying it, the second that they buy it, it drops in value because it's a new build.
100%.
They've got to live in it. They're in negative equity. They're finished.
Yep.
So the Help to Buy scheme, I guess, is a way of investing in property, or not even investing, but a way of buying property. I don't think you should do that. I think that before you buy your own home to live in, I do own my own home.
Yep.
But I only bought it last year.
Yep.
After making millions.
Yep.
So I think before you buy your own home, if you're ever going to, become a millionaire first.
Oh no, completely. And there's so much to say for renting, because when you rent, you have flexibility.
Yeah, true.
I think that flexibility, if we're talking about the attention economy, and we're now living in a world where things are changing so rapidly. Think of how different the world was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we had Motorola Razrs, couldn't even do a video on our phones. Now we can film Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how fast the world's changing. If you're going to say, for 22 years, I'm going to live at this address, you're a dummy. Because you might get an opportunity in Japan. Who knows, right? Yeah. You're a dummy to do that. So I agree. I own the house I live in. No, sorry, I don't. An entity in a company, blah, blah, owns the house I live in. That was a cash. And that's only because I wanted it the way I wanted it. I want to renovate all this. I want bulletproof glass. Okay, just buy it.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. But in general, yeah, you should renting allows you flexibility.
Yeah.
And flexibility is very important in the modern world.
To get rich.
You might need to have to go here, go there.
Exactly.
You might need a month over there. You might want to go do something in Ireland for 2 months. And then also another thing about renting, especially in the Western economy, I know I shouldn't say this, and it's probably going to piss off your guys, but it's true. There's really very little downside to renting, because even if you don't pay your rent, they can't make you leave. Like, it's fucking clown world over here. Like, oh, you're renting 3 months, you don't even pay your rent, and you're still fucking sleeping fine.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like, rent is fantastic. I would only recommend renting unless you get to the point like you, where you have so much money, you just buy it.
That's why our tenants are guests, not tenants.
Good, I like that.
So they don't have the same...
Well, I live in Romania, so we have my tenants...
Sorry, I want to go back. You said what?
Recommend renting. Unless you get to the point like you, where you have so much money, you just buy it.
That's why our tenants are guests, not tenants.
Good, I like that.
So they don't have the same...
Well, I live in Romania, so we have my tenants, because I do have tenants, we have a slightly different system in Romania. You're an hour late, bro. You better pack or pay. But
you know what though? They make it really strict to try and help the tenants. But what actually happens is the landlords
gets wrecked.
No. The landlords become really strict with the vetting process.
Yeah, of course.
Ask for big deposits.
Yeah.
My sister's trying to rent somewhere. She's a single mom, and the letting agent said we don't rent to single moms.
Yeah.
Right. So what's happening is it's actually hurting the tenants.
Of course, yeah.
So it's all the things that the government do to try and help the poor often end up hurting the poor.
What did we say earlier about trying to give money out? The government is not capable of helping the poor. And this is why it's so important as a person, you take personal responsibility and understand you're living in a world where the matrix can be cracked. You can make a bunch of money, but you need to take responsibility and do it.
And they close your bank and stuff.
Yeah, they close bank accounts,
Crazy.
payment processing. That's what I mean, own the money, right?
Yeah.
Your bank account.
But they didn't take your properties off you.
Well, they can't.
Yes, exactly.
But that's because of how I've set things up.
Right, so you need to be smart in how you do it.
Yeah.
Do it through a company.
Well, that's right. But I also think that Joe Schmo, who's just starting off buying his house, doesn't do it smart.
Absolutely. You know what though, in the UK, they've devastated landlords. The taxes, everything, they're killing landlords.
Yeah.
But the rich corporations that are investing in property, the way they're doing it, it's very profitable.
Completely.
So the small guy needs to learn how the big guy's doing it and duplicate it.
Whoa. This is very, very, very educational, right? It doesn't matter where you're living. I learned whether you're living in the UK, Singapore, US, South Africa, Ghana, Hong Kong, wherever you are living, you would have learned something from this. Please subscribe, like, comment. Peace out. I wanted to say Ukraine also. Would have been weird, right, if I said Ukraine. Okay? Peace out, man.